once, and still is, a family. An unusual, yes, that's the word, an unusual family. They were called the Button family. There were 5 members of the Button family. The father, Amy, the twins, Jack and Jill, and Charlotte, the special child. You see, Charlotte had a problem. In fact, her problem affected the whole family. They were unwillingly forced
Sally's therapy for unusual family cases.
You see, Charlotte talked too much, and nobody could silence her. It made her father question,
who or what could listen to my darling Charlotte and never get annoyed?
There was but one answer. An inanimate object, of course. What better than a rose? But little did the Buttons know that the end of the road, Rose, was coming.
It's gone! Whatever shall we do?
It's gone.
This cannot be possible.
It's gone.
We know! Amy, go get the twins. We have a serious problem on our hands. We are going to therapy.
You've been cheating too long, Jack. It's gone too far. I can't take this any longer.
Jill, you don't understand. I have a phobia of falling down hills.
No.
Yes, sister, it is true. I know not what or why this phobia is in existence. In my life, something is telling me that I'll fall down a hill. I feel as if it has been written ages ago that my fall would come. That is why I cheat.
But there's no need to cheat, Jack. It's just a game.
Charlotte's rose is gone. I don't know how we're going to live each and every day, listening to her obnoxious voice penetrating our ears like sharp daggers. We're all going to die.
How can you let it out of your sight?
I don't know, Sally. I don't know.
Well, why don't you just replace the rose with a new one?
No! No way! N-O! Rose was the best rose ever, and no other rose could ever replace her. Ever! And did you know that my grandma had a pig, and her name was Sue, and she was pink, and she had 2 eyes and a curly.
Oh my gosh, Charlotte. Stop talking. Nobody can stand it when you talk so much. Do you want to live alone with 64 cats in an old house displaced from all humanity, and all you'll ever hear is the purring of kittens and the blowing of the winds? If you don't learn to close your mouth, you're going to live a sad, sad, lonely life.
Well,
So until we get this figured out, can you please be quiet?
well, I would if I could, but I can't. So anyways, Sue had a curly tail and she liked to play in the mud. But one day Granny fed her bacon. Can you believe it? Feeding bacon to a pig. How cruel, how inhuman, how...
I thank God every day of my life for lollipops.
I am terribly thirsty, Jack. I may die of dehydration. I can almost see my life flash before me. Jack, get me a drink of water to cure my incurable thirst. Make sure not to fall.
That really hurt, Jill. I suppose I've been struck by lightning. You've taken advantage of my trust. No one knows of my phobia except you, sister.
Enough with all this. This isn't a soap opera. Well, anyhow, I think we need to look at the evidence.
Who would have wanted to steal the rose, and what were their motives? What evidence is there? It may be hard to face the truth, but the rose thief could be in this very room.
What? Just because I wear all black and am emotionally impaired does not mean I'm a thief. Stereotypes these days.
Does Charlotte have any enemies?
No, well, she doesn't get along with her grandmother very well. Not since the incident.
We are not going to discuss that. Does Charlotte have any friends?
What kind of question is that? Of course she doesn't. The only friend she had was that Rose.
Oh, yes, Daphne! Is well, used to be Charlotte's best friend.
And by used to be, you mean they aren't anymore?
They still are, but after Charlotte had the Rose to talk to, they didn't see each other as much.
But Daphne is always at our house, trying to talk to Charlotte, but things just aren't the same between them anymore.
Have you ever considered that Daphne stole the rose to get Charlotte's attention?